Hi. I just wrapped up my summer special, but that's not actually airing until uh, the end of May, I guess. It's for June, July, August, so that reading is coming up. Then I got inspired by one of the readings there to see what are. This is a bit funny. You know how I keep saying I don't like love readings? And that's true, I don't. Or rather, I don't like reading someone else's mind. So if you have like, what does this person think about me? Do they love me? Do they desire me? Do they want me? It's going to be a snapshot of now. Now. And right in this moment, all they want is mac and cheese. And the cards go, they're not even thinking about you. And you go, this person doesn't love me, and you're disappointed and angry. And that changes the whole course of your relationship. I find that type of reading very dangerous. Because if you act on it and the other person, that specific moment, was angry with you or temporarily missed their ex or whatever it might be, it could destroy so much because of that snapshot in a moment. I find love readings where you dig into other people's minds dangerous. I don't want to do them. But this one I do want to. Whoops. Got so excited there that I actually kicked my camera again. Sorry about that. This reading I do want to do. And it's going to be, I haven't figured out a title yet, but basically, what are my opportunities for love this summer? So, but summer in this case starts in May and goes to September sort of thing. It's going to be the summer months. So your opportunities for love. I don't know yet what this reading is going to look like in reality, I was going to say. But we'll give it a shot. I'm going to improvise. So this isn't planned out. And I'll just be reading the cards and seeing what your opportunities for love this summer are. I hope you'll like it. Pick a pile and I'll see you there. Hello everyone in pile 1, or who chose pile 1. As I was saying, this is going to be a what are my opportunities for love this summer? And I'm not really sure what this is going to look like in practice. So I'm just going to let the cards decide and improvise, which is always exciting. This isn't going to be month by month, I don't think. It's more going to be... Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay. What deck do we actually... I actually think I like this one for these kind of things when we're looking at long periods of time. I want the overarching energy. So we're actually using the Divine Circus Oracle again. And that means I'm going to be putting them there. Okay. I'm a bit excited now because I don't know how this is going to... Okay, you clarify these for me. No, I have not gotten over my feeling of having to babble while I'm shuffling and doing things, but I'm working on it. There you go. Okay. So, there are definitely opportunities for love for you this summer. We're going to start this time with the overarching, and this is card number 15, White Duchess, in the Divine Circus Oracle. And I'm not going to read all of it. because I am lazy and I don't think you'd want to listen to all that. Don't look to what has been to find your destiny. Your future is bright and blessed. If the pain of the past feels a little too close for comfort, White Duchess steps in to help you leave behind the emotional storms of your past and move into her protection. A time of transition is upon you, and soon your feet shall settle upon sacred ground, and calm shall prevail inside and out. So, there may have been some tough times with this, and your Dragon Advice card actually says defense, but knowing as I know, the dragon fruit kind of looks scaly and hard and horrible, but on the inside it's soft and juicy and delicious, just like you. So this is more of a don't be too defensive. And I don't really know what's going on with that why, because we're not asking why are you being defensive here. We're asking, do you have any opportunities for love? Which absolutely you do. You also have something here that's probably going to teach you something. Like, I put these out as how do I put this then? The sort of four corners, or the four elements, with this being then spirit, but not in a decided set order because they are opportunities. So first of all, you have the universe, card number 21. The last one being Aeon, where you go become the fool again. So this is just at the end, where you're learning your lessons and doing all that. And then the Eight of Cups. So you will meet someone, and since this is a love reading, it's probably going to be a fling or a crush or a love that teaches you something that you have needed to learn so that you can let go of it. This relationship is probably not going to be a forever relationship, but it will teach you something that you will be grateful for well, forever, for the rest of your life, so that you can look back with gratitude on it and say, I really learned something there, and it helped me grow as a person, help me develop or be happier or love myself better. But probably it won't last, so be prepared for a fling or a date or a something that will teach you something deep about yourself. Then you have Three of Cups with the Two of Coins, and that seems like meeting someone in a party situation where it's gonna be one of those you have great banter. That's probably how you'll recognize this person, but it's not necessarily a sober situation. It's a party, whether there's alcohol or whatever involved. But you will have great banter. You will feel like, yeah, we back and forth, good flow on things here. That's an opportunity that you will have. You have the Queen of Cups with the Four of Wands. That, well, the Queen of Cups to begin with is a very feminine energy. So that doesn't have to mean it's a woman. But also, we don't know if you are male or female or somewhere in between or entirely outside of that binarism, whatever. You could be identifying as anything. They could be identifying as anything, but we are working with someone who is like warm, caring, nurturing, loving, takes care of, lifts up, that sort of thing. And with the Four of Wands, that's the little marriage card. This has the chance of actually becoming something, even if not necessarily a forever love. It could be a long-term relationship, or it could be someone that you click with really much. And I'm going to use it as an example here, even though it's completely unrelated. I once had a friend with benefits when I was 17, I think. And then I had that friend with benefits until I was 24 or something. We both had relationships on and off during that time, and we were neighbors and we were very good friends. And then occasionally we'd, you know, do the benefits thing. We're still very good friends today. Like, he's one of my favorite people on the planet, but I'm not in love with him. There have been times where I have really felt like I should fall in love with him. I really should. But I shouldn't. He's not in my life to be a romantic love. He is in my life to teach me about this whole higher love. I know that sounds so corny, but I think this might be the case for you with this person as well. It's one of those higher loves. It's not really romantic twosomeness couple, you are mine, I am yours. It's the the love that shows you that the world is a good place, that there are good people. That's the feeling I'm getting from this. And then that could, of course, still be a romantic couple, but it actually feels almost bigger than that. If you know what I mean, or if you sort of get it. And then you also have the Four of Cups, and that I'm sorry to say, you have the Lovers on the Four of Cups, but the Four of Cups, I would say that's one of those when you least expect it. When you're not hunting, when you don't even think about it. And so calling this an opportunity for love, I feel is a bit unfair, because you're not going to be looking for it at all. And that you'll feel not right now. Maybe you just went through one of these others, or maybe this is at the start where you're not yet developed and learned from these things. There is a risk that you'll miss out on this if you don't keep your eyes open, but at the same time, if you keep your eyes open, you definitely won't find it. So that one's a bit tricky. But I have a feeling, though, with the Lovers, this person is probably going to approach you. And I guess that's how you kind of recognize them. You're not going to be really in the mood. They're going to approach you. And it's not going to be let's get married tomorrow, necessarily. Let them take it slow if they're interested. If you're not feeling like burning passion right now, then if they can't wait, then clearly it's not this person anyways. So you take it slow, you take it at your own tempo. You don't let yourself be too defensive or locked in, and don't be scared, or don't compare them to people from your past. These are new experiences. As always, I have a meditation card for you because I love them. And I think they are so useful if you actually use them. This one is To the Greenwood. Seek comfort and acceptance. Be kind to yourself. Seek comfort and acceptance. Be kind to yourself. Which is really great in this situation because, as I said then, you have this party banter, feels like a quick flirt thing. You have this one who's going to teach you something deep about probably yourself or the world. You have this one, which is the all-encompassing and the bigger than just love. It's, yeah, bigger than just love. It's a bigger love, but not necessarily a couple love. And I didn't specify couple romantic love in the reading, which is on me. But keep an eye out, especially for this person. I really think they'll change your life. This one change how you see yourself. This one will mainly be fun. And this one could be a long-term relationship. If they are willing to take it kind of slow. Because you won't be in the mood to jump headfirst into something when you meet them. But at the same time, don't hold yourself back. But be kind to yourself. And don't be too defensive. So you have opportunities for love this summer. You have quite a few, actually. None of these are a nope. So there might even be more than this. I decided to go with the four elements just to have the cornerstones. So these are the big ones, sort of. But you have opportunities for love this summer. I hope you'll enjoy them. Have fun. Hello, my people who chose pile 2. We are looking at what your opportunities for love are this summer. Summer, I don't know if I mentioned, but it will be May, June, July, August, September. The entire, like, summer months. I guess May could be more spring, September could be more autumn, but it doesn't matter. For this reading's purpose, they count as summer. Also, as I quickly learned in pile 1, this reading doesn't only show you romantic love. We are mainly looking at romantic love, but they actually had a pile that was not romantic love. It was something bigger, I'd say. And it was beautiful, but they also had flirt, and they had, never mind what pile number 1 had, we're figuring out what you have. But what I've decided to do is go with sort of a 4 elements approach to it, to see at least 4 potential then, or 4 opportunities. There may be more. There won't be less unless one of the piles is clearly a no love here pile. But I like the whole idea with the 4 elements in this kind of situation. We're getting, since this is for a longer period of time, we're getting a Divine Circus Oracle card because I realized that I like using them when it is for longer periods, because it gives a good hint of like the main energies at play. And we're getting little clarifying unicorns for each of the Heindel cards to see, like, makes it a bit easier to see when, who, where, and so on for these potential opportunities. The potential opportunities. I love how that's hanging in the air sort of thing, but we'll see. And finally, without me tipping this table over, we are getting a Dragon Advice card because advice is always useful and I like advice. There we go. So. Oh. Well. Huh. Oh, that makes sense. I'm not sure, really, here. You have, wow, 8 of Cups with the 3 of Swords. This looks like a breakup, to be honest. Or just growing apart from someone, but it hurts and you're sad. This is not necessarily an opportunity for love, but I guess it is. If you're in a relationship now, for example, and you want to see what your new are, you'd have to break up, or you might even do so, or you might have recently broken up. We're gonna look at this because this might be an on again, off again thing as well, same person sort of thing. Because then you have the 4 of Swords with strength. And then you have the 2 of Cups, which is love. The card is even called love. But with the 5 of Wands, which is conflict, fighting, arguing. So that's where I'm getting the idea that it is the same person. But also I have this feeling that there is someone new coming in. Maybe. You might not be interested in them. Because this is you, or probably, given all of these, this sadness and heartache and the thing leaving this situation that needs to end, but it's going to be painful. And then there's the love, but there's also the conflict and arguing and fighting. And maybe there's too much arguing and fighting for the love to win, or maybe not. That's gonna be up to the two of you. This one's gonna be short, and it's not probably gonna make anyone very happy. Sorry about that. Not everything can be happy. I think there is someone who's interested in you, but I don't think you're interested in them at the time, at least, because you're working through all this. These aren't... I'm still thinking this is the same person. Trying to, like... You do love each other, but it just cannot work. There's too much negative. And with the Four of Swords, that's the resting, healing, licking your wounds, regaining your strength. And on top of that, you have strength. So this could potentially, but I don't think so. Because Four of Swords is too calm. That's retreating, taking care of yourself. And with strength, that kind of means you're rebuilding your strength. And getting past all of this. And healing, I think. So I don't think... Maybe you'll have opportunities for love, but you're not encouraged to act on them at the present moment. And this person who will be contacting you, you're probably not gonna feel ready or interested. And maybe you feel drawn to going into a new relationship to feel less alone, for example, or to feel like you are wanted or desirable. Everyone needs to feel that sometimes, but this is probably not the time. And I have the overarching energy, and this is kind of interesting. It's Divine Circus Oracle, card number 41. 4-1. Lady Luck. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I will read yeah. Lady Luck is on your side. A change of fortune is in store for you. A twist of fate that is meant to be. You're a winner, baby. You're about to hit the jackpot. See, that is a weird message to get when we are looking at all this. Not positive, to be honest. I mean, in a love angle, at least. But the thing is, it could be possible. Positive. Your meditation card is the Northwood Fae and says, take time for hibernation and healing. Take time for hibernation and healing. I could just as well put that on top of this pile. Same message. Rest, heal, grow stronger. And you'll learn to connect. This probably needed to go. Even if you love each other, no matter how much you love each other, sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes you need to have the same... This is the wrong word, but speak the same language. And I don't mean native. I mean how you speak, how you understand, how you communicate. But you don't. There's arguing, there's fighting. You don't seem to understand each other. There is undeniable love here. But it doesn't seem to be the right love. And Honeydew Dragon, and this actually is what makes me feel, even though we have all the hibernate, heal, lick your wounds, grow strong again, listen to your intuition, leave the bad situation, this one is the one that makes me feel like you have recently, or you will, break up with someone. Because Honeydew Dragon says gratitude. And the only reason to tell someone to be grateful about what looks like drama and sorrow is the growth that you are making, the healing that you are doing, and the good things it will lead to. Because remember, this is Lady Luck. You're about to win the jackpot. But you need to go through this, it seems. And I'm not saying this will be the entire summer. As I said in pile 1, I limited this to 4 piles, or 4 corners, for the 4 elements, with spirit being in the middle. So there may well be more opportunities, but since they didn't show up here, I think this is what you are supposed to focus on this summer when it comes to love. To, well, heal, first of all, reconnect with yourself, listen to yourself, understand, finally, I was gonna say, but understand fundamentally what you need in a partner and what you don't need in a partner. Realize that love, no matter how honest and true and deep, it sadly isn't always enough. It rarely is enough. Sometimes it is, but when there is, the fighting and the sadness and the heartache and the not leading anywhere, love isn't going to be enough. And there are better things coming once you go through this healing period. And it might not even take the entire summer. Work through it faster. Be grateful for what you have learned. I think that is the lesson sort of thing. Sometimes we have these karmic lessons that we have to deal with. We have to learn before we can move on. And in this case, the faster you do it, the better, really. But you need to heal. You need to reconnect. You need to balance yourself. You need to learn to be grateful for what you have learned. And then comes the jackpot. And we are talking jackpot. This is, Lady Luck. Jackpot. You're gonna win. You're gonna get the best of the best. Once you make it through this. And that's the hard part. Not knowing when it's actually gonna come. Just knowing that the work is worth doing because of the big win coming afterwards. Well, you can do this. Even if it feels tough and it feels disappointing getting a message like this, obviously, I understand that. But once you have done it, and that's the beautiful part, once you have done it, you won't have to learn this lesson again. It might be another lesson next time, but this lesson will be done. So take it for what it is. Be grateful for what you get to learn. And move through all of this. Develop, learn, be grateful. Then comes your big break. And that's a promise. I wish you good luck with this. I understand that it wasn't the happiest message ever. But I really wish you good luck and I hope this turns out okay. Thank you. Hello, people in or who chose pile 3. This is some kind of quartz thing, but I love it because if you look at it like this, it kind of looks like a little sheep or a puppy dog. Like leg, head, little tail. I love it very much, and I am so disappointed with my camera refuses to zoom because I wanted to show it off. But never mind. Moving into what are your opportunities for love this summer? And as I learned pretty quickly in pile 1, it's not only about romantic love apparently, and I didn't specify that, so that's okay. As I learned in pile 2, there is also a certain risk or chance that there are things you need to work through before any love is even possible. So with that said, we're going to look at this from a 4 elements perspective, looking at basically the 4 opportunities. And that doesn't mean there's only 4 opportunities for love this summer. It's going to be the major ones. It also doesn't mean there are as many as 4. It could be less. We are about to find out, hopefully. And yeah, nothing is set in stone here, of course, as well. There's always the possibility to change the future by how you act today, which I should really have told pile 2, but I think I got the message across without being that concise. Maybe I should do that. Anyways, so for pile 3, I also want to look at the overarching, or if these are the 4 elements, we also need one for spirit. And we're taking that from the Divine Circus Oracle. And oh no, we're getting a Dragon Advice card because they make me happy. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but this reading goes all through summer. So it's May, June, July, August, and September. Even if May is more of a spring month. September is more of an autumn month. I don't care. Today they count as summer, because then we can have... See how I'm going with the corners and one more. So the 4 elements plus spirit, or 4 months plus 1, or... But it's not going to be June, July, blah, blah, blah. That's not how it's going to work. But I like the idea of 5 in this reading. So we're doing that. These are mainly intended to sort of clarify the situation a bit. If these are love opportunities, if they're romantic, if they are platonic, that's the word. Or even things, like the way I fell in love with my house the first time I saw it. That's a story for another time, though. So, without further ado and babbling... Nice. Huh. So, interesting. First of all, I don't think there are actually 4 potential loves here. That doesn't mean there might not be quick flirts or one-night stands if you do those or whatever. But this seems to be... For starting off, you have the Knight of Cups with the 8 of Swords. This is a person, and it's a love opportunity, but it's gonna make you feel stuck. The person, the situation, the relationship will make you feel stuck, unfulfilled, unhappy. Don't stay around for too long there, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, it might be fun. He's probably very loving, but I get more the feeling of clingy. Like, he's cute and sweet and all, but clingy, and you feel trapped. If you recognize that, don't stick around with that. I don't think that would turn out good. And then I'd say this, the Emperor with the Knight of Wands. I mentioned one-night stands. This may very well be one. But the Emperor could also indicate that this is a very stable, dependable relationship. But the Emperor is very stable and dependable in a very masculine way. And with the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. Did I say Cups the first? I think I said Wands. Anyways, it is the Knight of Wands. Very passionate, fiery, the perfect man sort of thing. Where you'd meet... I'm gonna have to get a clarifier on that, to be honest. Because we'll get to that. There is 2 of Swords with the 5 of Cups. And this is actually an opportunity for love, but it is someone who wants you and you just going along with it for no reason. Like you have nothing better to do, or you're feeling sad, so you think that might cheer you up. Or it is you missing someone you've lost and not actually going for or involving yourself. It's either or, but it also doesn't sound very healthy or happy. So unless that sounds appealing to you, maybe do with this one and like give it really mature consideration. Do I want this really? Do I want to fill the hole in my heart with someone I don't even care about? Do I want to take care of this person that makes me feel trapped? This guy might be awesome. Hard to tell. I'm gonna get... You're the first group actually that will get a clarifier on this, because we have 3 cards suggesting something interesting. Anyways, we also have 3 of Cups with the 10 of Wands. And again, this just feels like you might be out partying, you meet someone, but they're really annoying. It's an opportunity. There might be chemistry, there might be attraction, not a long-term thing, I don't think. But it might be fun for one night, if you feel like it, but they are annoying. You are annoyed by them. But it's up to you. Now this. What deck do I use for that? Yeah. Because I want to know a few things about that. Because it sounds like the perfect man. Is it though? Oh dear, yes, that might... Okay. Huh. But this does confuse me. He confuses me. He's very interesting. We'll get to him as well. We just talked about him though, but the clarifier here is the 10 of Pentacles. So that's, you see, you have this whole happy family, financial stability, they have a home, I mean, it's not quite as emotional as the 10 of Cups, which would be the ultimate loving fulfillment sort of thing. But Broccoli Dragon, your advice card, says place. And that means that you are supposed to find the place where you belong, where you fit in, where you're happy. This might be encouraging you to move or to come to terms with where you live and learn to appreciate it. But then we have the Green Maid, and this is your meditation card. But I can't help but notice that it says, the green fae speak to you. Let them guide you to safety. The green fae speak to you. Let them guide you to safety. I don't know if safety here is a place or a mindset or a situation. That's up to you. That's why it's a meditation card. We also have Princess Victorious, card number 6 in the Divine Circus Oracle. Okay, I'm not going to read all of it because it is 2.5 pages again, but I will read this. You are being asked to be a big picture person for the moment. Sometimes immediate gratification has to give way for a grander scheme unfolding, which will ultimately lead you to far greater and more meaningful success. What seems to be a delay, obstacle, loss, or even failure now is a twist in the plot of your life necessary for your gracious destiny to unfold according to a higher plan. That's first of all, I really advise you to look over where you are. Are you supposed to be somewhere else? Would you feel more at home somewhere else? I also advise against getting stuck in this guy. I think he is too sensitive and you'll feel trapped and you'll end up having to leave him because they're supposed to guide you to safety, and he will be sad for no real reason. Whether if you just avoid this entanglement, it will probably be better off. So watch out for the signals of someone being really clingy. Even if you think you like clingy partners, and I think I've mentioned this as male, but the Knight, it's a male energy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like discriminate anyone there, but it is a male energy. And that would have made me say him. There are more hints towards that as well. But if you find someone and they seem really sweet and loving and nice, but they seem kind of clingy, consider if you really are willing to hurt them, because that is probably where it will end up. You won't be able to be happy with that level of clinginess, and they probably won't change. I really advise you to consider that when you meet this person. Overflowing. 3 of Cups. The card is called Overflowing in this deck. That's, I think, at a party or something, and this person, but I think they're really annoying. I think they get on your nerves even before you leave with them, which gives you the opportunity to not leave with them. Go home alone that night without this annoying person. And then you have the 2 of Swords, 5 of Cups, as mentioned though, but might be someone who is just really there to fill emptiness in your heart or head or whatever. to take the edge off you missing someone else or something else. Consider if that's really what you want. I'm not here to lecture. I I'm I'm a big fan of one night stands, because I don't like relationships, I think I've mentioned. But without moralizing, this doesn't seem to be something you want. This seems to be something to get you temporarily out of your head. And I wonder if that's the healthiest thing to do in that situation, or if it's the kindest to you or this other person. This guy, and again I'm saying guy because it's the Emperor and the Knight of Wands, prime masculine energies, could still be a woman, but it is incredibly masculine energies. And with the Ten of Pentacles, this person could very well be a long-term relationship. It could develop into that. The thing I kind of want to think about here, want you to think about, sorry. The Emperor is traditionalist. The Knight of Wands is fiery and passionate. Could this person be a bit onery? The reason, I mean, there is a reason for this being the Ten of Pentacles rather than the Ten of Cups. They could very well start viewing you as some kind of property. That's me being worst case scenario. But that's just it. You seem to right now be attracting things you don't really want. And I blame this one for it. Because you're being asked to be a bigger picture person. The temporary losses right now are necessary. As in, if you choose not to get stuck with this person, you might feel like you're missing out on a sweet, loving person. But in reality, you would have perhaps sacrificed 4 years of your life trying to break up with them because they were clingy and you didn't want to hurt them. I've actually done that. I'll probably tell that story in another reading. But that happened to me, where I couldn't make myself break up with this person because it would break their heart. And so I sacrificed literal years not doing that while I was miserable. And it's the same thing here. The annoying person, the person who's just there to fill a void. You don't need that right now. You need to figure out what and where you are supposed to be. You have some self-work to do to move on to the next stage. This person, just make sure that they are not very jealous. If they're not, have all the fun you like with them and see where it goes. It could very well be love. But give some thought and dedication to this place. Where do you want to be? I've done that at once as well. I've made all the mistakes possible to make, I think. I moved, but I made sure to fall in love with someone before I moved. This, honestly, I don't think I was in love with that person. I think I was protecting myself in case the move failed, so that I could sort of go, I have something to come back to. I was very young and kind of stupid. I grew out of it, but I did that. I knew that I didn't want to be in the place where I was, but I made really sure to go out and meet someone, either of these, for example, that gave me a tie to the place where I was and didn't want to be. Sort of like shooting myself in the foot. You might need to make some sacrifices to reach this bigger, better. The Green Fae speak to you. Let them guide you to safety. So presumably, deep inside, you know what it is you're trying to avoid here. Or you know what it is you're not doing but should be doing. And perhaps you're even distracting yourself with this to avoid doing this. And this is what you should be doing. So you have opportunities for love, but they seem to be there to teach you a lesson. That lesson being you have something greater to go for. Don't get stuck in things you don't want. You don't want these people. I don't think so. They're not making you happy. Yeah. So I think avoid these entanglements, maybe with the exception of this one, and look at the bigger picture. Don't get stuck in temporary or wishful thinking. Go for what it is you truly want, what it is you know deep inside that you should be doing. I realize this isn't the most optimistic reading ever, but at least you know you have options, and it's up to you how you act on them. But there is a lesson to learn here. There really is. Try to learn the lesson without going through the trials, and I think it will be fine. Please let me know what this is about, because I am genuinely curious now, because clearly there is something going on here. Like, maybe you decided that you want to move to Italy, but you're scared, and so you make sure you fall in love, so that you don't have to take the risk, and you can go, well, it's because I found love, when in reality it was because I wasn't sure I could succeed. Make sure what you do is for the right reasons this summer. I really wish you good luck. Please do let me know. And have a nice summer. Hello everyone who chose pile 4 for this reading. What are my opportunities for love this summer? Summer in this case includes May, June, July, August, and September. I wanted 5 months, or this was not a conscious decision, I'm gonna be honest, but I wanted 5 because I wanted, on some subconscious level, to go with the 4 elements. This does not mean that each month gets a dedicated pile. That's not what this is about. It's, well, these are for the 4 elements. And then we're getting a overarching energy for the entire period, which will then represent spirit. Aside from these, we're also getting a dragon advice card, because I love them. There. And we're getting, whoops, unicorn clarifiers for these, so that we can better identify what these opportunities are, where they might show up, how they might show up, so that you can identify them and see what the point of them is, and if they're gonna make you happy, that sort of thing. Not, oh, did I say? I'm really forgetful today, I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be romantic love. I don't know if I said, but it doesn't have to. Nice. Yeah. You have the fun part here. Fun part. All the other piles, the other 3 piles had a lot of male energies. Not necessarily men then, but male energies going on. You have primarily feminine energies instead. But the first one, this is clearly a love opportunity, but it is work related. So it's up to you if you want that or not. It's someone I'd say you meet through work. This person then is represented by the Queen of Swords, which feminine energy doesn't have to be a woman, doesn't have to be a man, doesn't have to be any of them really, but primarily a feminine energy. Someone who's intelligent and probably a bit calculating, doesn't seem incredibly emotional, might even be a bit scary in the whole switchblade type thing. But you'll meet this person via work, which is not necessarily positive, could not necessarily negative either. It depends on the work situation and who you are and who they are, and depends on a lot of things really. And then you have the Page of Pentacles with the 4 of Cups, and this is sort of a no-starter. It might be a friendship. I'm gonna suggest they might be interested in you. You're not really interested in them in that way. So probably more of a friendship thing But it is an opportunity for love. They are offering you that interest. It's just that you don't seem to really feel the same way. And then you have alchemy with the high priestess. And this is one of those, oh, how do I put this? I kind of want to go one of those higher loves. Pile 1 had one as well. One that isn't necessarily a romantic love. It's more a, in this case, I'm not even going to say it's necessarily another person. This might be such intense self-love that it's world-changing or life-changing. But it could also be a counterpart, but not necessarily romantic. Almost a spiritual leader type of connection, but where you're both the spiritual leaders and, or rather spiritual teachers, I guess, and you're both the students. You're teaching each other, learning from each other, developing each other, really connecting beautifully, but not necessarily in a romantic way. I think it transcends that in a way. Not to say there might not be romance or sexual or friends, that sort of energy in it as well, but it is bigger. Or in the grand scheme of things, it's bigger. In your life, maybe waiting for your soulmate romantic is bigger. But this is the one that really will have an impact on who you are as a person. That's something to look out for, or look for rather, and really appreciate when it happens. I was telling pile 1 or pile 2, I don't remember, sorry, that I used to have a friends with benefits guy for many years. And we are still very good friends today, but we've never like fallen in love with each other. We're just friends, and sometimes we, you know, do the benefits part of things. And it's his place in my life. He's basically there, I think, to teach me that there are good people. And that there are good people that can be good without necessarily wanting something back, or without me having to offer anything back. Because I do that anyway, sort of thing. It's not a repayment, it's a fair give and take and share. And it's a really hopeful connection. We're not in love. He's married to someone else. And I'm perfectly fine with that, actually. For a while I was a bit bitter because I've been trying to fall in love with him in the past because we would be such a great couple. And I think this might be the same sort of thing, where you just go, we would be perfect for each other if there was just romantic love. But I don't think that's there. I think this is the kind of where you develop each other, you improve each other, you empower each other, and then you go, but I'm not romantically in love with you. And that might feel like a bit of a loss, but really appreciate this person for what it is, because it's an amazing person, clearly. And we also have 8 of Cups with a King of Coins here. So masculine energy, pretty slow, solid, steady, dependable. Might even be a bit boring, but the thing is, it's not gonna be lasting. Even if it could be an X, to be honest, with the 8 of Cups coming before the King of Coins. So it could be someone you've already broken up with, but they're still interested in you. It's gonna be up to you what to do with that. Personally, I tend to not mess around with exes because they are exes for a reason. Even the ones that I really, really adore, and that's several of them. I really like most of my exes, actually. I wouldn't go back into anything romantic with any of them because I already know that's... No. But that's me. It's not necessarily you. You have to make that call, but I think this might be an ex who is back for more. And you have to decide if you want that or not. Your Dragon Advice card is Gratitude. And I think that's pretty interesting. Well, I think about this pile right away. The one that probably isn't romantic love, but it's something so much bigger. and you should probably be grateful for that. We're also going to look at Go Fish, number 9 in the Divine Circus Oracle. I'm not going to read the entire text, just a quick intro recap. Sometimes what you want is right in front of your nose, just waiting to be recognized. At other times, what you want is more like a treasure hidden within the depths of your oceanic being. You have to go diving deep to find what you desire. What you most want, need, desire, and crave has been bubbling up from within you. It is rising up from the depths of you now. It's time for you to discover an inner treasure. It's time to go fish. That speaks a lot about what you want and getting to know your needs and wants and desires. So, yeah, it's interesting, to be honest, because this might then be the explosion of self-love just as well, of getting to know. But I sort of think this is something that helps you along the way, as in probably another person, probably as what I described it as, but not romantic. I don't think so. It's a higher type of love. And I mean, again, I think this is an ex. If it's someone you really want back, honestly want back, because now you're getting to know what you really want. If it is, then sure, go for it. Otherwise, I think you're just gonna end up hurting each other. It's the same with this one. This person is interested in you. You're not interested in them in that way. And then it's kind of, to me, but this is just me, to me it seems wrong to do something with them that might lead them on when you don't mean anything with it. Especially since it is someone younger, from all I can tell. And then we have this work situation where there is someone. Personally, I have nothing against work relationships. They've always worked out fine for me. Almost always. One exception, which I won't mention right now. But most of the time they worked out fine. But give this serious consideration as well. But it is an opportunity for love. Your meditation card says the Forest Walker. Keep courage. Be gentle. Keep courage. Be gentle. Be gentle to me. I know I keep saying I'm not supposed to interpret these for you, but be gentle. Don't hurt this person. Don't use this person's affections for you. Don't get this person in trouble at work. Keep courage, though. Better is coming. You have to go find it, though, because it's not around right now, from the looks of it. You're gonna have to go find it. Be grateful for all these opportunities, for all these people you have around you, for the self-exploration or connection with another person or yourself happening here. Know that better things are coming. But right now, it seems to be a case of figure out what it is you want. This treasure that was mentioned that you should go fish for, figure out what that treasure is. Maybe even write, you know how people do like manifestation lists, where they envision everything they want in an ideal romantic partner, even if it's not monogamy or marriage, even if it's just for a night, that they really envision that person. Write down, who are they? What do they sound like? What do they like? How do you connect? How do they feel? What do they feel like? How do they, well, you know, what do they read? What movies do they like? What music do they listen to? What do they like to do in their free time? A sort of list. You don't even have to write it as a list, actually. You can write it as a sort of text portrait to really know what this treasure is to you, so that when it shows up, you'll recognize it, so that you are able to go out hunting for it. Like, I have one of those lists, and it always says, like, 35 to 45 years old, long hair, plays guitar or bass. And then I go, okay, so we have two things there. While 35 to 45 is a big age span, what if the guy is 34 or 46? And I go, nope, I'm not having you because you're 1 year too young or too old. Or the long hair. What if he's bald? It's not like genetics are a part of personality. He maybe would have long hair if he could, but since he's bald, he can't grow long hair. That could happen. So two of these are, in my opinion, then, or in my how I value them, pretty shallow. Learning to play an instrument, however, that says something about who he is as a person. So maybe when I go out looking for a partner, if I ever do, I shouldn't be staring at the ones who fit like the right age bracket or who have long hair. Long hair is amazing. I think it's really attractive, but some people just genetically can't have it. So if I focus on no, he has to have long hair, imagine all the wonderful people that I might miss out on. So that is, figure out what it is you really want. Is it tight abs or is it someone who takes care of their health? You know, there is a span there. And I'm not, by that, I really honestly don't mean that you're being shallow, because I don't know that. And this looks like you have unseen depths, really, to go through and investigate and get to know. So I'm really not saying you're shallow. I'm just saying figure out what you want, not what you want it to look like or how much money you want it to have or even where you want it to live, but who they are. How do you connect? What are they to you? Figure that out so that you recognize them when they show up. Because right now, I think you know what you don't want. I'm not entirely sure you know what you want yet. Or maybe you've just started figuring it out. Don't hurt people while figuring it out, but know that it is coming. It is. Um, so you have people. People are interested in you. I'm just not sure they're right for you right now. But you decide that. It's your life. Either way, I wish you a fantastic summer, and I hope this helped you, well, make the best of it. Thanks.